Anybody in particular you're looking out for there, Matt and James?
Well, we just passed a yellow multi-hull, which James was talking about early on. Tell us a bit about that multi-hull, because you wanted to sort of find her. What's significant about that one?
Well, she's an ancient boat these days, but she's known as Acapella, and she's raced by a fairly well-known French figure in France called Charlie Capel. But she's very well known in sort of offshore racing circles. But she's the boat which won the first ever route to run back in 1978 in the hands of Mike Birch, and she very famously, it was the dawn of the sort of era of multi-hulls, and she overtook a maxi monohull literally within miles of the finish line of that race into Guadeloupe. And so she basically, that boat was one of the instrumental ones in putting multi-hulls on the map. So it's great. This great piece of history on the start line we've got here.
And what about her chances going? I mean, this is very much, as we've been hearing, very much going to be an upwind race for quite some time. I mean, how would she fare on an upwind? Because multi-hulls aren't well known for their performance upwind, but
well, particularly, I think that's true of old ones certainly. So I wouldn't rate her particularly. But we're just looking over to our port side, just up the western side. We're seeing Concise 10, which is the Mod 70, and those boats do actually go incredibly well upwind. They've got trim tabs on their daggerballs and things like that. So I think that boat is clear favourite to be first into Plymouth, possibly overnight on Monday.
Wild and lonely Fastnet, so stately and so brave, so true an ocean sentinel to those upon the wave. It cheers the storm-tossed mariner when weary from the fight. How joyously he hears the shout, ahoy, the Fastnet light. The Fastnet, the Fastnet, among the breakers white. The Fastnet, the Fastnet, the good old Fastnet light. And when the weary fisherman, in darkness and in fear, trying to find the harbour, and cannot see Cape Clear, drenched by the foaming waters whose sprays have dimmed his sight, and almost verging on despair, he sees the Fastnet light. It changes grief and sorrow to joy and glad delight. The Fastnet, the good old Fastnet light. It points him out the harbour and leads him o'er the bay, in the midnight and the storm when wild winds have their way. It saves him from great danger and from the awful fright of drowning on a sunken reef, the good old Fastnet light. Oh, 'tis a ray from heaven upon the breakers white, the Fastnet, the good old Fastnet light. A noble ship is steaming across the ocean's foam, a wanderer is returning to Ireland and his home. It pierces to his inmost heart, the shout rings through the night, when the lookout from the high foretop cries out, the Fastnet light. The visions of his dreaming at last have come in sight. The Fastnet, the good old Fastnet light.